study on the word, it take you on a trip. I be flying in them precepts when I read up on them scripts. I be blowing on the trumpet when the chauffeur touch my lip. Everybody praise a higher every time.
Shalom, everybody. It's your boy Prophet coming with another message. I want this to be quick because I want to get right to the point. Basically, I'm about to read something out of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15. I'm gonna actually read the whole chapter. Quick backstory. This is right after, well, not too long after Israel was separated between the northern and the southern kingdom, and they was at war with each other. All right. So I'm gonna read this because it applies to us today. Right. So I'm gonna read it real quick, and then I'm gonna hit the few verses that really applies to what we are today. Okay. All right. So verse 1, and the Spirit of the Most High came upon Azariah, the son of Oded, and he went out to meet Asa. Asa was the king of Judah at the time, and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Most High is with you, while ye be yet with, the Most High is with you, while ye be with him. And if ye seek him, he will be found of you. But if ye forsake him, he will forsake you. Now for a long season Israel hath been without the true Elohim, and without a teaching priest, and without law. But when they in their trouble did turn unto the Most High Elohim of Israel, and sought him, he was found of them. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexations were upon all the inhabitants of the countries. And nations was destroyed of nation, and city of city, for Ahiah did vex them with all adversity. Be ye strong therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. And when Asa heard these words, and the prophecy of Oded the prophet, he took courage, and put away the abominable idols out of all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he had taken from Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altar of the Most High that was before the porch of the Most High. And he gathered all Judah and Benjamin, and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh, and out of Simeon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance, when they saw that the Most High his Elohim was with him. So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the 3rd month, in the 15th year of the reign of Asa, and they offered unto the Most High the same time of the spoil which they had brought, 700 oxen and 7,000 sheep. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Most High Elohim of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul, that whosoever would not seek the Most High Elohim of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And they swear unto the Most High with a loud voice, and with shouting, and with trumpets, and with cornets. And all Judah rejoiced at the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart, and sought him with all their whole desire. And he was found of them, and the Most High gave them rest round about. And also concerning Maacah, the mother of Asa the king, he removed her from being queen, because she had made an idol in a grove. And Asa cut down her idol, and stamped it, and burnt it at the brook Kidron. From the high places were not taken away out of Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days. And he brought into the house of the Most High the things that his father had dedicated, and that he himself had dedicated, silver and gold and vessels. And there was no more war until the 35th year of the reign of Asa. Now I say all of that, we had 3 minutes. I say all of that to say this, right? The prophecy that came, the prophecy of Oded that came unto Asa by Azariah, it said the Spirit of the Most High came upon Azariah, the son of Oded. The prophecy was of his pops, but he came and gave that message to Asa. And his message was this, verses 2, right? Verses 3, verses 4, verses 7. All of those should apply to us today. We got to think about that, right? Verses 2, and he went out to meet Asa, and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Most High is with you, while ye be with him. So yes, the Most High is with us, but we got to be with the Most High. It's not just this mindset of, oh, you know, I'm chosen, right? I'm an Israelite, so things are supposed to happen just because you're an Israelite. No, it takes time. You have to work. You know what I'm saying? There's an old saying that the Most High helps those who help themselves. You gotta put, you gotta put work in. You gotta put dedication in. You gotta put obedience in, right? You gotta keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You can't just be going out here, living however you want to live and then thinking you got favor. Now, sometimes being in the truth, you try your best and you fall, you stumble. Everybody, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody messes up, right? And then sometimes you feel the pain of it when you fall. And sometimes the Most High has grace on you and he lifts you up, or he rescues you out of whatever situation you was in. But for the most part, you got to do the work. You got to do the work. These scriptures ain't lying. Look, he says, the Most High is with you while ye be with him. And if ye seek him, he will be found of you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. He says, now for a long season, he talking about Israel now, because when they first split, Israel's kings weren't keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. They was doing their own thing, right? He says, for a long season, Israel hath been without the true Elohim and without a teaching priest. So without a true Elohim, without a teaching priest, and without the law. He says, and without the law, he said, but when they in their trouble did turn unto the Most High. So when they got into trouble, they still turned to the Most High because they knew who their Elohim was, right? They turned to him and asked for help. He still came and helped them, right? For the promises that he made to the forefathers, promises that he made to Abraham, promises that he made to Isaac, the promises that he made to Jacob, and the promises that he made to King David. For King David's sake, a lot of stuff that could have happened to Israel didn't happen based off of the things that they did, right? All right, keep going. He says, and in those times there was no peace. In those times there was no peace. But look, check it out. At the end of the chapter, look at verse 19. He says, after he heard it, right? After he heard the prophecy, he got rid of all the idols, all the idolatry. He turned Judah back to keeping the laws and everything like that. And he even kicked his mama out for being a queen because she kept the idol. He destroyed her idol. He kicked her out for being a queen. And he and all of Judah and Benjamin came together and made a covenant with the Most High. And the covenant was strict. The covenant was to keep the law, statutes, and commandments with all their heart, mind, and soul. So much so that they said if anybody don't do this, they get put to death. That's how serious they was, right? That's how serious they was. And because he did all of that, right? What did he say? Verse 19. And there was no more war until the 35th year of the reign of Asa. That's 35 years. The Most High gave Judah, which was Judah and Benjamin, they gave them 35 years of peace because of the righteousness of Asa and how he guided and leaded Judah through that time to come back to the Most High. Because there's been times all throughout the history where either Judah or Israel or both, even before they split, was doing stuff they weren't supposed to do and had to come back to the Most High time and time again. Most High have you in good graces, you mess up, and now you in captivity or you get some type of punishment, and then you oh, woe is me, help us, Father. And he said, okay, let me help you and bring you out. And he bring you out and they good for a minute, then they start acting up again, just like these kids. For all my parents out there, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But listen, what I'm saying is, Israel, we got to get it together. We got to get it together. We cannot be out here just doing whatever we want to do, right? Get back to the law, statutes, and commandments, serve the Most High. Not just from this carnal mindset, not just from, oh, I gotta follow these physical rules. Remember, Paul said in Romans chapter 7 that the law is spiritual. You got to move in the spirit. You got to move in the spirit, right? The fruit, the seeds that we plant and the fruit that we produce is a testament to who we are and what we put out there, right? If you're not making no fruit, you're not bearing no fruit, guess what? You're doing something wrong. You need to reevaluate yourself, right? And I'm not just talking about it like I'm perfect and y'all is all the ones that got issues. I got issues too. And I got to work on certain things, right? But we got to come together and encourage one another to be better, to do better, but hold each other accountable. When you see your brother or you see your sister out here sideways, pull them to the side. Hey, listen, what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. This is why. Look at the scriptures. Look what the scriptures say. Now, if they don't want to hear that, that's on them. You did your part and let them know. But we need to hold each other accountable. I'm seeing a lot of stuff going on in Israel. A whole lot of stuff going on in Israel. And nobody's really talking about it. You got people that come out of the world, come out of Christianity, all these other religions, and they come into the truth, so to speak, right? I say truth loosely nowadays because the truth, everybody say they in the truth, but the truth is not in everybody. Facts, right? So with that being said, y'all, we had 10 minutes. I don't want this video to be no longer than 15 minutes. So we're gonna close it there. But listen, hold each other accountable. Move and operate in the spirit, right? And come from a place of love, because the greatest demonstration of love is obedience. You keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you follow the example set forth in the word, you be fine. You don't need these elders, these pastors, all of these people who so-called appointed to guide you and tell you what you should be doing. There's nothing wrong with being a part of a fellowship or being a part of a body if that's what you choose to do. But your personal relationship first needs to be between you and the Most High. Don't get caught up in these false doctrines. Don't get caught up in all this mess. If it's something that don't feel right, chances are it's not right, because the Holy Spirit gives discernment and it guides you, and it's telling you shouldn't really be over there doing that. You shouldn't really be over here doing that. Get back to the Father. Get back to a relationship, right? Get back to fellowship with one another and hold each other accountable. Y'all be safe out there, Israel.